This is how you set up the light stand unit and the cameras at the start line. You really want the light stand itself positioned so that the cameras themselves will line up right abeam the start line. It usually means the tripod itself is about a foot to 2 foot to the box side of the start line. I usually put the two sides of the tripod, one side of the tripod pointing toward the box and the other two parallel, the line connecting the other two parallel to the start line. Gives it the best footing for preventing tilt in the axis that's parallel to the lanes. So if you look at the start line beam, this isn't a real NAPA tripod, but this is a real crossbar that they use for the light stand. If you look at it, it has 4 sets of holes. The outer 2 sets of holes are where the start lights hang from, and the two other holes are where we'll mount our flexible goosenecks that hold the cameras. And then in between that, we'll put the light stand unit. So getting out the light stand unit, you look at the light stand unit, it has some color coding in here. You need to plug in the red Ethernet cable to connect the 2 red Ethernet jacks. And similarly, the green Ethernet cable plugs in to connect the 2 green Ethernet jacks. Once we get this on the light stand, we'll plug the right camera in any one of these 4 USB ports that are color-coded red, and similarly the left camera will plug into any one of these 4 USB cables that are marked green. The light stand unit just goes over the top of it like so. That's really all you need to do. I do have a couple slots in here for Velcro straps if you want a little bit extra security. I used to use these all the time, but it's a pretty snug fit on there. So, and once you get the light stand unit on here, we can put the flexible goosenecks. The knobs for attaching the goosenecks were underneath the hole where the light stand unit came from. Put on, there's 2 sides to the gooseneck, one with a nut, one without a nut. One without the nut goes in the hole like so. And we'll go ahead and just put the left camera on while we're over here. I find it easier to plug the camera in before I put on the gooseneck. Sometimes it's hard to hit that connector edge. Put on like this. And let's do the right side. Again, there's a side with a nut, side without a nut. Put the side without the nut through the hole. Use the knob to tighten it down. I should have tilted this way. And finally, the camera. And again. The fat end of these USB cables, the wider end of the connector, will always be toward the top of whatever unit we're talking about. And you notice the camera, one of them's upside down relative to the other when I put them on this way. That's okay. The software flips the images as necessary, and this makes it mechanically symmetrical and easier to hook up. So that's it, putting it together. Well, we do have to plug in the USB cables. The right camera plugs in any red USB port, and the left camera plugs into any green USB ports. Okay, that's it for the mechanical part of it. Now when we hook it up, we should have had about 10 feet of extra length. When you first plug the light stand unit into the Ethernet cable, you'll see this green light light up. And a few seconds after that, the cameras will start booting up, and they'll go 1 flash, 2 flash, and then 3 flash, and then stay on. At this point, both cameras should have a solid green light. If you've done that, that means we know that both cameras have booted up correctly and we're ready to go. What we'll do next is first time you ever use the cameras, you'll have to focus the lenses. There's a little lock screw on each lens that you'll need a little small Phillips screwdriver to loosen that up, and then you turn the lens to get the focus just right, then tighten it up. Do that once, you never have to do that again. What you will have to do every time is, once you're up here and you need a ladder to do it, is to aim the cameras. Typically you want the start line to be in the right 1/3 part of the screen. That gives 1/3 of the screen real estate is for the bad pass side of the start line, and 2/3 of the screen is the pass side. And that seems to work out really well. So you just bend these goosenecks and tilt rotate the camera so that you can be looking at the TVs while you do this. So that the lanes look horizontal on the screen. Just a cosmetic thing. If they're not horizontal, everybody can see it. Just it's up to you how accurate you want to make it, and then align it, tilt it in and out so that you see the start line at about the right 1/3 point of the screen. So that's it for the light stand unit.